Luke Kuechly. Luke, great to see you.
I know. It's getting a little shiver when I walk and get down in here in New Orleans.
You keep your head on a swivel?
What's that? You got to look out. You never know where they're coming from. It's a good place to play a football game, though.
Well, you're like the I played a guy like, Zach Thomas, Ray Lewis. They could call out plays like a few times a game. You were probably that annoying middle linebacker that would have done that from time to time.
Well, it's one of those things. They only talk about you when you say the right stuff. They never talk about you and you're like, hey, he was actually wrong majority of the time. They only talk about the good times, so we'll just keep it kind of going in that direction.
Did you ever have a quarterback that you found the most annoying? Was it Drew maybe in those matchups where the mental gymnastics of everything that went on?
I think the thing that was unique about Drew was, so my whole time in Carolina was primarily Sean McDermott, and then it was Steve Wilkes and Eric Washington as our D coordinators, and it was the same defense.
Right.
And then with Sean and Drew in New Orleans, it was the same offense largely. So we knew them, they knew us. We'd have 3 or 4 plays a game where we'd fool them, and then they'd have 3 or 4 where they'd fool us, and you get to the sideline, and it was like,
yeah, that was a screw you play. They got us there.
They got us. So that's what makes it fun.
How does it happen, though, when they fool you? Is it they show you a look and you study film and you think something's coming and they zig when you thought they were going to zag?
Or it's like a rule breaker. So they know how we play cover 3 against a 3-by-1 set. So if they put a guy here and here, here and here, they know what our rules say. Yeah. So if they can defeat those rules, then they're good. We played them on Sunday Night Football in 2013 down in the Dome, and we had a big pressure in the high red zone that we called a lot, and it was good to everything except one situation.
Right.
And they popped that one situation, they scored a touchdown on, and we came to the sideline, and it's kind of like, hey, it's a rule breaker. They got us.
The code, right.
They got us.
Yeah.
So, but that's what makes it fun.
I asked your old head coach in Carolina the other day. We all remember our losses. You were in one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was there in the crowd. I've been on record saying many a times, I think you feel the same way. If you guys played 10 times, I feel like you'd beat them 8 or 9 times. But does that game still haunt you?
Yeah, all you do is you think about plays that, what would I have done differently? There's a couple plays in that game. There was an early screenplay, I remember, to Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
It was in the first quarter of the game. It was a screenplay to our right. It was a little tunnel screen. I made a tackle on it for 4 yards. Like, good job. Just line up, make it 3rd and 6. But the ball was in his inside arm, and he didn't see me coming. I was coming inside out, and he was making a move on a DB, and I hit him from the side. And that's one of those opportunities where you come down and punch that ball. And so that one, you got a couple of them.
So that's what you're thinking of.
I'm thinking I can see that ball in Emmanuel Sanders' arms just running and not seeing me. Made a good hit on him, but that ball, you got to attack that ball. And there's plays, and that's one that I always think about.
And you didn't punch there? You kind of just went in for the tackle?
I went and made a good tackle.
Right. But why didn't I do the punch?
What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
So, but hey.
Do you attribute that to like Super Bowl madness emotions early in a game, to like maybe where you're not thinking quite clearly yet?
I think that the first series was quick.
Right.
First series of the game was fast, but then you settle in, and I think it just kind of turns into, hey, we're just playing football again.
Right.
What's the biggest memory that stands out for you in your career other than the Super Bowl?
Oh, the biggest memory, I think that first game that I played in Tampa, we played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down there in Tampa. It was a hot game. I really struggled, and that one was difficult. I played outside linebacker. I had a way better feel playing inside. John Beeson was our Mike backer that year, and so I was playing outside, and I really struggled. Couple weeks go by, Beast got banged up. I slid inside to play Mike backer against the Seattle Seahawks. And I remember that game, I felt more comfortable. I feel like I saw the field better. My angles of the ball were more fun, and it was my first matchup where I'm like, this is a big boy running back in Marshawn Lynch. So that rookie year, there was a lot of firsts. That first game was really bad. I struggled big time. And then fast forward to a couple weeks later when they moved me to inside linebacker, I really started feeling more comfortable after that game in the inside part of that defense.
Right. And it's just as simple as sliding in a few feet. You have a different perspective on it.
100%, and it's a huge deal. How you look at the formation, how you run to the ball, who's blocking you, your angle to the football, your responsibility, who you get matched up on coverage, all changes from playing outside linebacker to inside linebacker. And for me, Thomas Davis to me is a will linebacker.
Yeah.
Fast, explosive, cover running backs, cover DBs.
Go run the ball down.
Cover receiver in the slot.
Right.
Like, that's not my game.
Yeah.
So when they slid me inside, I had a little bit more protection in the pass game, which benefited me a lot. And a lot of credit goes to McDermott and Coach Rivera for sliding me in there.
What's your view of LBs right now? Because we grew up, LBs were huge,
Yeah.
big guys. You were kind of a tweener.
Yeah.
But that's why people loved you, because the game was kind of transitioning to throw, speed, do that, and that's why you were drafted so high. What do you look at the position now as, and what kind of jumps out to you?
I think that there's a couple guys at the top of the list that are fun to watch. I mean, you look at Fred Warner. He reminds me more of myself. Like, I think he's very intelligent. He's very smart. He's a great anticipator.
Right.
He runs well. He plays well in the pass game. And then you look at Roquan, who is like Thomas Davis.
Yeah.
Thumper, physical, attitude, run to the football, heartbeat of the defense. Georgia guy. Thomas would tell me that.
Yeah.
'Cause Thomas is a Georgia guy too. And then the two guys and then Zach Bond had a great year this year. But the guys that I still think are super impressive are Bobby Wagner and Levante David, guys that came in 2012, have been doing it a long, long time, and have stayed at a high level for a long time, and kind of been through, the different renditions of the NFL, of like the old school 21 personnel football thumper,
right,
and then transition more into this spread them out tight ends. Levante and Bobby can cover. They're really, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
You mentioned Fred Warner, and apparently he growls during games. Did you growl or grunt or make any noises?
I probably wasn't cool enough to growl. I probably did plenty of grunting though.
Tell us about PXG.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I love playing golf. Now that I'm done playing, I play a lot more. I got fitted finally for the first time with new clubs last year. There's a spot in Charlotte where they, it is TrackMan, all the technology, club length, grips, club face, where it's set up, type of club that you use, and I play a lot better. I have a lot more fun. It's a veteran-owned company, which obviously adds to it. So now that spring golf is coming up, it's starting to get nice in Carolina. A lot of charity events coming up. I'll have my sticks ready to rock.
Man, PXG's got that hybrid driver.
I need all the help. I need all the help I can get. I'll tell you what. I don't just say this either. It makes a huge difference. Getting fitted, having the right clubs, having these guys fit you. It's made me enjoy the game a lot more.
Right. Cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Cool.
All right, Luke. Thanks for some of your time, Luke Kuechly.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with more from New Orleans.
Cool.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.